where they've been living to make room for migrants, and they don't know where they're going to go.
It's not fair. It's not fair that we're from here and we got to move to make room for asylum seekers. I have nothing against the asylum seekers. I'm Hispanic myself. But at the end of the day, it's not fair.
Men have to go to make room for asylum seekers who came across the southern border and were bused to New York. The city says migrant families need the individual rooms here because they can't be housed in congregate settings.
Listen, I'm a taxpayer. I lived here. I'm from here. It makes no sense for y'all to move us to make room for the asylum seekers.
Dozens of homeless people who have been staying in a hotel in Queens are being kicked out. They've been there for months. Many have jobs. But tonight, with barely no notice, they'll have to go to the Bronx or Staten Island.
Shing Meadows Hotel, which is now a city shelter for single men, is hardly ideal living. But it was still startling when residents learned today they have to leave now.
They didn't even give us a short notice. They just woke us up and told us that we had to pack our stuff.
Everyone's packing up and getting ready to go. They just said pack up, and some people will leave tonight, others in the morning.
Do you know when you're leaving?
Nope.
Do you know where you're going to?
Not at all.
Residents did not want to appear on camera tonight, fearing the city might retaliate against them. But the shelter, residents were told tonight, is being converted to house migrant families from Venezuela. The New York...
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. On to the Zai foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Everybody's edified through the spirit. Another proven fact why Babylon is Babylon the Great. And another, so much stuff. Why being a man, an Israelite man, is public enemy number one. Alright. Chris Rock had it right, which we all know personally, that cats, dogs, babies, children, women, alright, are more important than an actual man. And this right here proves this. My brother had sent this. He had sent it to me in the morning, and that was funny because I was like, you know, he don't even live here no more. But he sent it to me. I already know he knows like this is some fucked up shit. Because I remember who said it the best. You know, when you watch all these red pill characters, and I forgot who said it, but somebody did say it the best. It says men fear other men. I'm going to repeat that again. Men fear other men. Because men can kill another man. Can kill a woman. Can kill a child. Can do whatever. You pushing the man. Kick the man out. Or whatever respective homes they working. Whatever. You're telling them there's no funds, no helps, no nothing for them. They got to go out there and do what they got to do. Now, the place where they normally could go to in case something happens, which is a very hard thing for them to do, because that automatically goes to all sorts of women. Let me make sure I get this. All women get the benefits, all right? Shelter, everything. First thing, a man could be literally homeless, and he put himself on a list, and guess what happens? None of it matters, because what's all is this whole system is based upon sex. All right, women get perks. They open their leg. They do it unresponsible, and then next thing you know it, they get shelter. They get food stamps easily. 1, 2, 3, housing. I mean, brand new buildings that's put in New York City, high rises, new with doormans and everything like that. And hoods. And then who's majority in there? Women. So now the little things that men has, you take that away from them. What the fuck you think is gonna happen when all hell breaks loose? Alright? Esau is a devil that the Bible, and the Lord is stirring up the pot so beautifully. The Lord is stirring up the pot, man. This is unrighteous decrees. This is unrighteous, period, man. That's impossible for for you to. So what what are you leading these men to do? You leading them to go rob and steal. Okay? And then what are you doing? You've causing more division amongst Israel. The poor got to sacrifice for the poor, but the rich can't sacrifice anything. Couple scriptures since I said that. Sirach 13:15, I believe. I just went to the point. Sirach 13:18. What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? What peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. And that's what they're doing. And it so happens to be the poor is men. Okay? This is not a good sign for all you feminists out there that you had to get them what deserve. This should be a nightmare to you. Because now these men have nothing to lose. They lost everything. They lost everything. Think about it. Alright? They lost their homes. They about to lose their minds. They went to the shelter. They did the right thing. They working, whatever. Rent too goddamn high. What do you think these guys gonna do? Alright? See, men, once again, men fear other men. So men, what men are gonna do, they're not gonna target men. Because they know I'm not gonna go fight another man. There's a strong chance either I win or lose, I die. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna end up looking for the weaker vessel who's braggadocious, who's hateful towards them, who a lot of these men probably got kicked out because the weaker vessel that they was dealing with was evil, unfaithful, unloyal, got the system to go against them, paying child support, all right, paying alimony, okay, paying all these different things. They're gonna take their anger on you women. So this thing is getting there, man. Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And they're mourning right now. They're absolutely mourning. Because at the end of the day, we men are being affected by all these unrighteous decrees, which I said it, I'm going to get it. Isaiah 10:1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Because who's really responsible for this? The elites tearing down the borders. And then when they tear down the borders, allowing these people to turn up these people's homes, having to pushing them over here. The economy over here is terrible as it is. The local taxpayers can't even get a break. And now they're telling you got to pay more for people. This is unrighteous decrees, man. I'm laughing because we all being affected. Every single person is being affected by this. And if soon, real soon, the people are going to take their anger towards out the lawmakers, the people that allowing this to happen. You're going to be met with great resistance. It's only so long when the people can handle the bullshit. It's only so long. Shit, all these Trump haters, you gotta admit it. All you Trump haters out there, when Trump was in office, y'all wasn't even going through this much shit. But now when this decrepit, creep keeper is in office, sleeping on the wheel, all this crazy shit is happening. You paying your taxes, and you can't even have a decent home? What kind of bullshit is that? It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and outright grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. What did the man say? I'm Hispanic too. So I got nothing against the Venezuela. He got nothing against his own people. But now you leading the people to hate their own. Like, yo, why you doing here? And the other people is like, this is the land of opportunity. I'm just trying to make it. So Esau has put, I can't give Esau credit. The most Yahweh have put everything on the table. We know for a fact America is going to be utterly destroyed. We know for a fact that not only is it going to be utterly destroyed, it's going to be wiped out. There's going to be no survivors. So the only people that's going to be delivered from this destruction is the elect of the nation of Israel. That's it. So some of these people that's coming over here, it's going to be delivered. But a lot of people that's on the shores of America, this melting pot is going to be destroyed. It says, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey. For all you single women that think you have options, all you women that's out there thinking that you're the shit, you boss bitches and all that, well, guess what? You and your foolishness have made you a prey to the so-called white man. A lot of you enjoy the perks that he's given, but these perks comes with very, very bad things for you. You think you getting the good, but you're not. Now, the more they hurt and harm the men, you're gonna leave you more in danger from your own. All right. It says, and that they may rob the fatherless. All right. And what will you do in the day of visitation and the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? So it's gonna get nasty out here. Amos, yeah, 9 and 13. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. And who's the reaper? Esau. The plowman is a worker. This is the reason why it says Ecclesiastes 12 and I believe it's 3 to the point. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. So the keepers of the house, the lawmakers, the people that's allowing all this bullshit to happen. You got hotels. I'm not gonna say where I live at, but I live not that far from the airport. And you have hotels that's dedicated from people that's coming from other states or other countries, paying their share fare. Now, I believe 2 or 3 of those hotels that I've seen thus far. Maybe I'd seen one in particular, but the other one looked kind of suspect as well. Well, they completely transformed that hotel for the migrants. Right? I just make mention, there's a lot of men that are being homeless because the rent's too goddamn high. So they can't even find themselves to get into a decent hotel, and they're citizens of the United States. So these people are going to come back and bite you in your ass. They're going to get you. You goddamn Edomites, you lawmakers, you people that's pushing this. You may believe you're going to get away with this shit because certain laws trying to take guns away from people. But there's going to be a reckoning coming, man. A holy reckoning that's going to take place in these streets. It says, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease, because we in that period of time where the holiday season is coming about, and they're laying people off right and left. All right, they're laying these people off because they are few, and it was I don't even know the guy's name, but a top guy from a CEO. He went to one of those world events and said that in order for everybody to get back to work, the economy has to be at 50% unemployment. They got to lay people off. You have chains of, whatchamacallit, Rite Aid, Walgreens, all these places are closing now. So the grinding is ceased, man. The grinding is ceasing. These low-paying jobs, they're not even hiring people. Fast food places, there's less people that's in the fast food place. So the people are they're about to lose it. All right. And those that look at the windows be darkened, which is the future. The future looks very dim. All right. America's future looks very dim. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when when the sound of the grinding is low. We had a taste of that 2020. We had a beautiful taste. We want seconds. All right. Because it's about to get real out here. I don't know how to express it. We see it clear. The Lord keeps adding. 2020 happened, there was a lot of people that kind of woke up. But as soon as shit went back to normal, the same people that supposedly have woken up, they went right back to sleep and did more evil. People more evil than they ever have been. So it says, and it shall rise up at the voice of the bird, all the daughters of music shall be brought low, which is self-explanatory. The music sucks. There's no inspiration. There's no more originality. Isaiah 19:2. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And what we're seeing is a great division that's taking place in the shores of America. I don't watch CNN. CNN is stupid, but just by watching it, seeing the bullshit, they still talking about Trump. Still to this moment, at this very moment, they're still talking about Trump, how much of a danger that he is. We got to do, by any means, make sure he doesn't even sniff like becoming president. So, and the bullshit that they're coming up with doesn't add up. So what we're seeing, this is the most divided this nation had ever been. And it's getting more divided and more divided every moment. You got black against whites, whites against whites, so-called whites against whites. The other nations are turning on each other. You got Republicans and Democrats, far right, far left. All these crazy, adverse, different names. All right. Great division. All of this shit. People are turning on one against another. This is what the Lord said it was going to happen. Okay? He says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Like I said, we're coming into the holiday season. It was people not so jolly after all. Shit's getting tight by the second. People don't have nothing to spare. Okay? There's no future for this place. I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols, going to these different gods. All right? How much people after 2020 became atheists? Because the fact is, they thought the Most High was all about riches. A lot of people turned their back. And it says, I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they will seek after their idols and charmers, and them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, because that's what they're going. They're going to look towards this negative spiritual force to get answers, because times are rough. So the Lord is going down 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And we know the word perversion. Well, let's look it up again. Distorting, or perverting, warping. So you have a vile spirit that's pushed out here, that everybody's participating. A very foul spirit. That's why you have men with men, women with women. Pedophilia is damn near acceptable. There's not an outcry for anything. People just going with the motions, accepting whatever comes. YOLO, lose that will, that spirit. So the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit. It says they have caused Egypt to err, which we know Egypt, Slovakia, is another way of saying America. meaning error. So every move that they have made has not been a wise move. It's been a mistake. Yet they don't see the mistakes. The elites are playing a very dangerous game, but it's all about order out of chaos. All right, order out of chaos. And it says, and every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. So the mighty men, strong, the men that got bodies and all this other shit, they are in the spirit of a woman right now. Okay? Men are going to get back to their old state, man. They're going to be pushed to a breaking point. And when you push a man to a breaking point, really, what's going to stop him? Only another man. All right? That's the only thing that's going to stop him. It says, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which shall shake it over it. And you have a lot of scoffers out there that thinking that this is a joke, or thinking that we out of our minds, but you about to see the human nature at its peak. When a man can't eat, and he knows he got the strength to take it, he's taking it. There's not enough cameras, there's not enough police, there's not enough bullets, not enough anything to stop a man to do what he got to do. It's just a matter of time. There's going to be a purge in the streets of America. Matter of fact, before I read this, let's get that other one real quick. Matthew's. You know what? Let's do this. Matthew's 24. I love this with 12. Sin shall be rampaging everywhere. Sin is what? Transgression of the law. And the love of many will grow cold. So sin has been in a rampage right now. All right? What is sin? Just transgressions of the law. What law? The Most High's law. Adultery, bestiality, pedophilia, homosexuality, all these things, idolatries, worshiping different gods, is heavily promoted in America. Okay? Feminism as a form of idolatry. All right, putting women over men. That's witchcraft. But since this thing is rampaging everywhere, the love of many shall wax cold. So there's going to be a lot of victims out there. A lot of victims, man. It says, Matthew's 10. It's going to be a lot of victims out there. We'll keep saying it. It says, don't imagine that I come to bring peace. Oh, Matthew's 10 and 34. Don't imagine that I come to bring peace to the earth. I come not to bring peace, but a sword. I have come to set a man against his father. This is NLT. A daughter against her mother. A daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Your enemies shall be right in your own household. See that? So the enemies for a man is those of their own household. That's how real it's going to get. That's what the scripture says. She that is my enemy. Let me see what the NLT says about that. I'm sorry. I went to the wrong one. Micah 7 and 10. Then my enemies shall see that the Lord is on my side. So it doesn't say. They shall be ashamed that they taunt me, saying, so where is the Lord? So they purposely didn't do that, huh? It's all right. That's why we have the regular version. I wanted to see what it's going to say, but it's why Isaiah 32 and 9 says, Listen, you women who lay around in ease. Wow. Listen to me, you who are so smug. In a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care. For your fruit crops will fail, and the harvest will never take place. Tremble, you women of ease, throw off your complacency, strip off your pretty clothes, and put on your burlap to show your grief. Why? Because shit is about to change. The more adversity a man has to deal with, the more he comes back to his natural state. Alright? That's what Apocrypha says. I didn't know it was going to make this long, but hey, whatever. 6:24. 2 Ezra 6:24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear for those that dwell therein. Alright? People are going to end up fighting like enemies out here. Shit's about to get real. 2 Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil the goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this is just the beginning. Alright, things are about to get really hectic. And it doesn't matter how much muscles you have, nor how much body you done got, how many guns you got, none of that's gonna matter. It's about to get nasty out here. Because they keep adding more. That's what the scripture says, what? We in the house of mourning. Alright? A wise man shall consider this. Okay? They keep making things worse. It says in what? Micah. You get that? I wonder what it says in the LNT. Micah 2. Let's start with 1. When we jump down. It says, what sorrow awaits you who lay awake at night, thinking up evil plans. It's the elites. You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out, simply because you have the power to do so. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. When you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. And that's what Esau did. All right. But this is what the Lord says. I reward you evil with evil, and you won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You will no longer walk around proudly, for it shall be a terrible time. So the Lord's about to change shit quick. All right. He's about to get deadly serious out here. All right. So with that, one more. 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows, great mournings, the beginning of famine, great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, which mean bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? What we're going to do is rely on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So with that being said, shalom to the elect and the nations. Shalom.